But we are off already to a wonderful fucking start, and this is not the Royal Rumble. This is the third and final day of Final Hunt 3. Jack 6 was found taken out by somebody by Marcus Phoenix in the back somewhere. And now I guess the main event of our show tonight is picking a singles match between Jesus and Damian King. And here I was kind of hoping to see Jack 6 in that match. Jack is getting taken to a medical facility, even though I was told that he was literally yelling at people not to freaking take him away, but he was at the same time still hurt. Really badly, apparently, from what I was told. And he's being taken to the hospital, and he won't be able to compete tonight. Which is fantastic. And I'm being sarcastic when I say that. This is the Hardcore Championship Battle Royal. Whoever wins this match will become the new Hardcore Champion. And now we're starting off with the first entrant in this Battle Royal, and it's Marcus Phoenix, who literally, I think, had to rush out here to make his entrance because he was literally backstage with Jack 6 after he was taken out by God knows who. We're looking into it. We have people looking over security cameras and everything. We're asking around for if anybody witnessed the assault. Jack 6 is not happy about having been taken out of this pay-per-view. Biggest pay-per-view of the year, and Jack 6 isn't going to be a part of it. All because some jackass took him out. Now Marcus Phoenix is hoping he'll get some payback for his supremacy ally and friend, and hopefully win his first championship as a singles wrestler. Marcus has been chasing that first championship in his entire career. I don't think he's really ever been known for is having constant concussions. Here comes entrant number 2 in this Battle Royal. Angelo Winters, I wish you luck trying to retain your title against whoever's in this match. And it's freaking Dante! I haven't seen Dante in a minute. It's been a while. Nice to see that he's back. Still rocking the red jacket and everything. Dante is a former junior heavyweight champion. And now he's hoping to win himself a singles championship once again, but this time it'll be the hardcore title if he somehow manages to win this Battle Royal. Which is possible for either of these guys to win, because Darth Vader won a Battle Royal once from number 1. So, number 2, but you know what I mean. So, it's possible that one of these guys could win the Battle Royal. Just depends. But even if one of these guys doesn't win, if at least one of them eliminates Angelo Winters, and they become the new hardcore champion by default. Even if they don't win the Battle Royal. Let's get this Battle Royal underway. And Marcus immediately sending Dante to the outside. And Marcus already trying to eliminate Dante from this Battle Royal. Like I was saying, if one of these guys in this Battle Royal can eliminate Angelo Winters, they automatically become the hardcore champion. And whoever wins this Battle Royal officially becomes the hardcore champion. But they still get credited. At least like how Bandit Keith was credited as the first hardcore champion, even though he lost the same day that he was given the title. And Dante's trying to eliminate Marcus, but Marcus elbows him in the face and manages to get out of whatever he tried to get there. And here comes entrant number 3. Dante getting sent to the outside. And then Marcus trying to eliminate Dante here. Here comes entrant number 3. And it's Darth Maul. We haven't seen Darth Maul in a long time. And Dante's already gone. And now Darth Maul's in the ring with Marcus, and just getting nailed by Marcus with that, and Marcus just slamming Darth Maul against the ring. Welcome back to the LWW, Darth Maul, and now you're getting your ass handed to you by Marcus. Marcus just wailing away at Darth Maul, and Darth Maul just nailing him with a boot to the face. I haven't seen Darth Maul in a while. He's a former world champion. He lived like a little while before it got taken from him by Xander. But you already know that's how that story turned out. And Marcus with a shoulder to the midsection of Darth Maul. And then Marcus sending Darth Maul to the outside. So now Marcus is trying to eliminate Darth Maul. And here comes entrant number 4. And Darth Maul at his shoulder to the midsection of Marcus. And here comes Green Goblin, who's a former hardcore champion, trying to win the title for the second time in his career here, in his time here. Lord knows I'm sure Goblin's probably pissed at his teammates in Shadow who lost the other day. Spoiler if you haven't seen that yet. And Darth Maul almost eliminating Marcus there, but Goblin is just taunting, and Goblin knocking Darth Maul into the ropes. And now Goblin and Marcus working together trying to eliminate Darth Maul here. Darth Maul just punching both of them. And Marcus getting sent in the ropes by Green Goblin. Back body drop by Goblin there by Darth Maul. Darth Maul with the suplex. The Goblin. And Marcus with a chop to just Darth Maul. Here comes entrant number 5. And it's Iron Man. Iron Man competed in the U.S. title ladder, 4th of July ladder match. He did a shot at the U.S. title. Well, he came up short in that. Now Iron Man's trying to win himself the hardcore title, which he's held in the Mag Nation back in the day. And Iron Man is a former tag team champion with Captain America. And Darth Maul, the shoulder of the midsection of Iron Man, while Marcus and Green Goblin are still going at it. And now Marcus trying to eliminate Green Goblin, while Darth Maul and Iron Man are, and Iron Man sending Darth Maul in the corner, while Marcus almost has Goblin out, and Goblin with an elbow to the face of Marcus there. And Goblin just wailing away at Marcus, while Iron Man is trying to eliminate Darth Maul, and here comes entrant number 6. And Darth Maul with an elbow to the face of Iron Man there. And here comes entrant number 6, where Iron Man's trying to eliminate Goblin, and here comes Zangief. Somebody who has challenged for the Hardcore Championship in the past. And Goblin almost getting tossed out by Iron Man there. And Darth Maul and Marcus calling a tie up there. And Goblin's trying to eliminate Iron Man now. And Darth Maul just nailing Marcus with a neck breaker. What the freak was another calling up a tie up between Darth Maul after Darth Maul just being weird. And now Zangief is slowly making his way into the ring. Leg drop by Goblin at Iron Man. And Marcus knocking Darth Maul against the ropes. And Marcus, Zangief is literally a part of your team Supremacy, because I was told that Zangief was welcomed back into the Supremacy recently. Off screen, at least. I guess, thinking there's no allies in this match when it comes to there being a title on the line, which I don't blame him there. Flapjack by Darth Maul, Marcus. Iron Man against the ropes. And now Goblin and Zangief working together trying to eliminate Iron Man. And now Darth Maul sending Marcus in the corner. Here comes entrant number 7. We're going to have a full ring of people here in a second. If we don't see an elimination before entrant number 7 comes out here. And it's John fucking Cena, and Iron Man's gone. Never mind. We're going to have an extra space open now. Now John Cena's in this match. That's just fantastic. Marcus sending Darth Maul to the outside. Goblin, you can't call timeouts. And Marcus eliminates Darth Maul. And John Cena just wailing away at Zangief there. And now Marcus going after Goblin, calling up a tie between them. And now Marcus sending Goblin to the outside. Marcus, you're going to eliminate him? There we go. Now Marcus trying to eliminate Green Goblin, while Cena and Zangief are still going at it. And Goblin's gone thanks to Marcus Phoenix. Marcus is just going on a tear here, and Marcus getting sent in the ropes by Zangief. Arm dragged Zangief here. And now John Cena is going after Marcus. Can you guys please just get rid of John Cena, please? I don't want this asshole winning. Cena with a chop to Zangief. Marcus with a chop to Cena. And Zangief getting punched in the corner by Marcus there. And now here comes Static Shock. I haven't seen him in a minute either. And Cena's on the apron. And now Zangief's trying to eliminate John Cena. There's only 2 more entrants left in this match, one of which I know for a fact is Angelo Winters, who is the current Hardcore Champion. And when he comes out here, these are the 2 guys, he's the 4 guys he's going to have to deal with, unless he comes out at entrant number 10. Lou says pressed by Cena, just punching the hell out of Zangief there. And Static Shock just going at it with Marcus and a Russian leg sweep there. And Cena with the suplex. Jesus Christ, the strength of Cena there, Zangief. Now Static Shock trying to eliminate Marcus. Marcus is holding on there. Static Shock is trying to eliminate him. And Marcus has been dumped out by Static Shock. God damn it. And here comes Sephiroth, the current TAW World Champion. And we haven't, in the former New Gen Champion, we haven't seen him in almost like a year. We ain't seen him in forever. Now we know where we don't know where the hell he's been at, but I guess he's on the main roster now. And now him and Static Shock are going at it. That's just fantastic. Somebody messing with the lights again. And Static Shock is on the apron now thanks to Sephiroth. And Cena's trying to eliminate Zangief. Static Shock by kicking the midsection of Sephiroth there. Zangief sending Cena to the outside. And now Sephiroth getting set in the corner. And Sephiroth gets eliminated by Static Shock almost immediately. Static Shock's on a freaking tear right now. Oh, so much for that debut. Am I right, Sephiroth? Came in, literally got into it with Static Shock, then got dumped out. And now here comes the current hardcore champion, Angela Winters. These are the 4 guys that are left in this battle royal. Static, Zangief, fucking Cena, and Angela Winters. I think Angela Winters is probably going to have it easy when it comes to retaining his title. Who the hell knows? Unless one of these 3 guys can dump him out of the ring, which is possible. And Cena getting sent to the outside by Zangief. And Zangief just getting punched in the face by Cena there. Luthez press again, and Cena just beating the hell out of Zangief. Angela Winters trying to eliminate Static Shock here. And Zangief getting knocked in the ropes. And Static is about to get dumped out by Angela, potentially. Calling out a tie between Zangief and Cena again. And Static Shock's been eliminated by Angela Winters. And Cena's on the apron. And Zangief's trying to eliminate Cena. And Cena's been eliminated by Zangief. We're down to Zangief and Angela Winters. What the frick? You good there, Zangief? That was weird. And now Zangief sending Angela Winters to the outside. Zangief, freaking eliminate! God damn it, Zangief. Dumbass. Now they're just standing around. Now calling up a tie between the 2 of them. And now Angela with an armbar on Zangief. Now Angela sending Zangief in the corner. Now Angela's trying to eliminate Zangief again. Now Angela setting him on the top turnbuckle. If he eliminates Zangief, he'll retain his hardcore championship. And Angela eliminates Zangief. Angela Winters retains the hardcore championship. Doesn't have the fact that he came out and entered number 10. Freaking Christ. Angelo retains his hardcore championship and remains a hardcore champion. And he was the one that called everybody out for his match, too. He was the one that made the challenge. Angelo is still the hardcore champion. The next match is the Intercontinental title match between Kratos and Ash Ketchum. Because that got moved to this night. For reasons. Either way. Hopefully Kratos destroys fuckface. That's going to be funny to watch. And this is the Intercontinental title match where Kratos defends his title against Ash Ketchum. Only because Kratos wanted to be on the show. And he was pissed off because he's seen Ash talking shit about him to Brock in the back recently. And Ash was scared shitless of Kratos when Kratos appeared behind him. And Kratos wanted to have this match with Ash just so he can make him pay for running his mouth. Which I do not blame him, because Ash needs that ass whooping. And Ash hasn't been around very often recently. He came back recently, got his ass handed to him by Darkseid, and then now he's in this match. And he's going to get destroyed again, this time by Kratos. And Kratos is a former New Gen US champion. And he won this Intercontinental Championship. I'm trying to remember who the hell was it that held this title. To be completely honest, I forget who it was who held this title before Kratos. I believe it was Yusuke. I might be wrong, I'll have to check my records. One was that Kratos recently won this championship and he's been holding on to it for not that long. And now he's defending his title in his first defense against Ash. It was in a consecutive title match that he's had since he's came back. And just like the last one when he got destroyed by Darkseid, Kratos is going to be the one that destroys him and puts him on the shelf a second time. So I wish you luck with this, Ash. Because you're going to get destroyed this time on the biggest stage that there is in this company. And as always, Ash is still coming out here acting like the same fuckface that he always is, because he's an arrogant ass. Even when he's not a heel, even when he's a babyface, he's still a dick. Kind of. I'm just looking forward to seeing this match. Mostly just because I want to see Kratos destroy Ash and freaking just send him back to the hospital. Just send him back home to Pallet Town, for a little while. It is kind of nice though to see Ash and Brock back though. It was nice to see them together again. Just wish he wasn't talking shit about Kratos. And I'm glad this match was happening because Kratos wanted to be a part of the show. And just watching Kratos just pacing over there in the corner, you can just tell he wants to destroy Ash really badly. And he's looking forward to getting his hands on Ash by running his mouth. Meanwhile, Ash is probably like, I regret everything, and I regret talking shit about him at this point. And there's the current #1 contender for the Intercontinental title, only because Kratos is giving him this opportunity, even though he didn't have to. And there's the Son of the South and current Intercontinental Champion, Kratos. Also a former Magnation Blue and Magnation Hardcore and Tag Champion. And he's also a former champion in CIW. Two-time World Champion. This match is going to be interesting, that's for sure. It might be as close as you're ever going to get to that title, Ash. And this is prestigious Intercontinental Championship for Lone Wolf Wrestling. And let's get this match underway between these two Magnation legends. And Ash with a kick at Kratos there. Calling up a tap between the two. Kratos just knocking Ash out of the air there and trying to give her a drop kick. And Kratos is just wailing away at Ash and just blocks that punch into the headlock. Slamming Kratos face first against the ring is Ash. And now Ash with a headlock on Kratos. Slap to the back of the head. Do you want to piss him off even more, Ash? He already wants to kill you, and now calling out top between the two. Sean McCarthy's going to be happy somewhere. Drop kick by Ash there. Now Ash with punches and try to go for a kick there, but Kratos just blocks and nails him with a clothesline. Thrust kick there by Kratos. Ash tried to go for something there, but Kratos reversed it into the belly to back suplex. Now Kratos picking up Ash into the armbar. Ash with the knee to the midsection of Kratos. Super kick, but he missed. And Kratos with the belly-to-belly suplex to Ash. Now Kratos with a headlock on Ash, who just tosses him off. And now Ash with punches, and he tried to go for another kick again, but Kratos blocks it again with the dragon screw. And Ash finally nailing that super kick. And now Ash with a headlock on Kratos. And Ash with the suplex to Kratos. And Ash with a shot in the back of Kratos there. And Kratos flips him over. And Ash tried just raking at Kratos in the eyes and nails him with another super kick. And Ash is punching the hail on Kratos in the back of his head and slamming him face against him. Now Ash picking Kratos back up. Kratos with a thrust kick of his own. Kicking the section of Kratos there by Ash. And Kratos with a headlock on Ash. Elbow to the face, knocking Kratos down. And now Kratos shoving Ash away there. Kick the midsection of Ash again by Kratos. Sends him into the ropes. Spine buster by Kratos to Ash. Ash with a kick to midsection, and a pair of punches, and another kick to midsection of Kratos there. And Kratos with a thrust kick, and Ash with a pair of punches, and Kratos missing the drop kick, and Ash with a finisher. And now Ash picking Kratos back up, and the catch him DDT. And now Ash dragging Kratos away from the ropes. And Kratos just no-sells that shit. Just right back up. And Kratos was a punch and a go beyond an Ash into the headlock. Clothesline knocks him down. Misses the clothesline to Ash there. Back body drop to Ash by Kratos. And Kratos spine buster to Ash. Now Kratos dragging Ash away from the ropes. Going for a cover is Kratos. One, not even a one count there. Kratos going for the Blade of Olympus. Oh, nope, just nailing him with a neck breaker, I guess. Going for a cover is Kratos. One, two, and Ash kicks out. And now Kratos is going for the Blade of Olympus. I thought he was going to go for it before. And he has him up. And the Blade of Olympus. And Kratos going for a cover on Ash. One, two, and Ash kicks out somehow at two. And Kratos with a headlock on Ash. And Ash with the suplex to Kratos. And Ash telling Kratos to get back up. He's setting him up for the catch him. And he nails it! Now Ash going for cover on Kratos. One, two, and Ash wins the Intercontinental Championship somehow. I did not expect that. Ash somehow beat Kratos for the Intercontinental Championship. And this was Kratos' first defense, and he already loses the title. To a dude who was he only gave the opportunity to because he was talking shit, and he took offense to that. What the frick just happened? Ash Ketchum is a champion again, and this time he's the Intercontinental Champion. I cannot believe this fuckface is now Intercontinental Champion. That's just freaking fantastic. And Kratos is going to be livid when he wakes up from this. That's for sure. The next match is a triple threat match for the Junior Heavyweight title, where Gregory Helms defends against Junior and Prince of Persia. It's Dale Jr., by the way. It's going to be crazy. Still can't believe that Ash is a freaking Intercontinental Champion. I guess Kratos freaking was just blinded. I guess he paid for it. Christ. And this is the triple threat Junior Heavyweight TLC match where Gregory Helms is defending his championship against Dale Jr. and Prince of Persia. I don't know why the hell Helms is somehow wearing the title even though the title's supposed to be hanging above the ring, but it's whatever. But Gregory Helms is defending that championship in this triple threat match as Junior first challenged Helms for a shot at the title after Helms won it from Prince of Persia at Super Show 5. And then Prince of Persia demanded his rematch for the title, and hence the reason why we're having this triple threat match. And this is a match that I'm looking forward to, especially considering how crazy the last couple nights have been. I hope everybody who watches isn't sick and tired of ladder matches yet, because we're having another one, like I said. And this ladder match is going to be interesting between these three junior heavyweights and no light heavyweights. This is Gregory Helms' first defense of that Junior Heavyweight Championship since winning that title from Prince of Persia at Super Show 5. Which, hard to believe, was like a month ago. I don't know, because that's when Kratos won the Intercontinental title from USK. I looked at my notes during the intermission. And Fourth World Break, while I'm in between recording every match, I looked at my note records, and Kratos held the title for 30 days. Exactly. Just crazy to think. That's just the length of time that he held it for. And here comes the former hardcore champion of both the Mag Nation and in this company, and the former Blue Atomweight champion and the former US champion, and the former Lightning Weight champion in TAW, Dale Motherfucking Jr. He was looking to add the Junior Heavyweight Championship to his resume. And Junior has always been a fan favorite in this company, and he's somebody who definitely is someone I could see doing big things. If he ever gets the opportunity. He's definitely somebody that I like a lot, that's for sure. Not just because he's my favorite race car driver growing up. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see if Junior can win himself a championship for the first time in a minute. The only other title he's held is the AOT2 World Championship at one point and Legends Championship currently. Shout out to AOT2 Wrestling. And yes, I just shouted out my own YouTube channel. Deal with it. Shout out to TAW and CAW, by the way, if I haven't said that enough. All across the show. And the other nights. Those two shows, the Mag Nation and Forever Movement, are the reason why this show exists, because they inspired me to do this. And here comes the former Junior Heavyweight Champion, Prince of Persia, who's also a former XC's champion in CIW. And Prince of Persia is looking to win back the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And I wish him luck with that, because it's going to take a big effort for him to defeat Junior and Gregory Helms in this TLC ladder match, that's for sure. But knowing Prince of Persia, he has a pretty good chance of winning this match. Prince of Persia is one of the best wrestlers never stepped foot in a wrestling ring. I just wish Fourth World Big that they had the pirate entrance in this game, because that entrance that he has in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 is dope. That's for sure. If we can bring back the pirate swinging entrance 2K, that would be awesome. I know that was like a Ukes thing or whatever, but it was from like way back in the day, but I really want that pirate entrance in the game. That would be sweet! And these are the three guys competing for the title. And let's get this triple threat match underway between these three. The objective, if it hasn't been made already obvious because of the ladder matches we've had over the past couple of nights, the objective is to climb up the ladder after bringing one of them ladders around the outside of the ring, and climb the ladder and grabbing the title that's hanging above the ring right now. And there's also our table in front of my announce table, which means hopefully they won't destroy it. In my announce table's case, hopefully they destroy one of those tables, so that'd be nice. Spent like $20 getting those from freaking Home Depot. And Gregory Helms is nailing Dale Jr. that German suplex. And Jr. was trying to go for something on Prince of Persia in the corner, and Prince of Persia going to the outside, bumped into the ladder and knocked it over. And Gregory Helms with another German suplex to Dale Jr. Jesus Christ. Helms with a headlock on Jr. He reversed it into a Russian leg sweep, and for some reason Prince of Persia set up the ladder on the outside, I guess after inadvertently knocking it over. And now Jr. and Prince of Persia teaming up in Helms with a neck breaker to Helms by both of them. Now Prince of Persia would punch Helms there. Now Khan would tie between Jr. and Helms. Into the armbar. And into the arm bar. Into an arm breaker by Gregory Helms on Jr. Prince of Persia going back to the outside. And then Helms with a go behind. And Prince of Persia tossing the ladder into the ring, and he failed epically. He got caught in the ropes and it got glitched and sent flying out of the ring. What the fuck? And Prince of Persia is going crazy with those kicks. Junior with the arm drag and Prince of Persia there, by the way. And now they're just stomping away at Prince of Persia. Now Helms with a go bend on Junior, who flips him over. Knee drop by Junior to Helms there. And now Prince of Persia going to the outside, grabbing one of those tables. So now he sends the table into the ring, and Helms lifting up Junior, slams him down on his knee. Now Prince of Persia grabbing the ladder again, tossing the ladder in the ring. Now he finally has the ring. There you go, Prince of Persia. Just took you a minute. And Helms with a suplex to Junior. Prince of Persia just wailing away with that table. Helms with a suplex to Junior, almost landing on the table. Now Prince of Persia just going after Helms. And now Junior and Persia with the suplex to Gregory Helms there. And now Junior with an armbar on Helms. Helms with a knee in the midsection of Junior. Misses the heel kick. And Junior with a shot to the back of Helms. And Junior with the suplex to Gregory Helms there. And Prince of Persia just watching. And now he picks up Gregory Helms. And now these three are just fighting. And Helms and Prince of Persia with a double team gutbuster to Junior there. And now Junior with a flapjack to Prince of Persia, face first in the ladder. And that ladder just got ejected right out of the fucking ring. That was weird. And Helms just flipping over Junior there. The hell did that ladder go? Up there it is. I can see it right there at the bottom of the corner of the screen. And Helms, the brother to back suplex to Prince of Persia there. And Helms with a drop kick, or whatever the hell that was. And Prince of Persia breaking up behind with Junior trying to go for the Helms. Persia sending Helms into the corner. And Persia just throwing a wild haymaker at Junior and whiffs the kick. And Junior with a headlock and Persia, who nails him with an elbow to the face. And Prince of Persia going to the outside. He's wanting to retrieve that ladder that got sent flying out of the ring. Now Junior pulling out another table. And Prince of Persia setting up the ladder in the ring. Now Prince of Persia going up the ladder. Guys, you might want to go after the guy who's trying to pull the belt down. There you go. Guys, you might want to get the dude who's... There you go, Gregory Helms. Almost tight. These two are going to let Prince of Persia get the belt, and Prince of Persia climbs back down. And he realizes that he might want to do something about these two guys. Preventing him from grabbing and getting his title back. And Helms with a drop kick to both of them there. And Helms with an armbar on Prince of Persia. And Junior and Helms double teaming Persia. Suplex Prince of Persia by both of them. And Helms with a headlock on Prince of Persia. Slams him face first into the ring. Prince of Persia missing that leg drop. And Junior suplex the Helms there, knocking down the ladder, which landed on both of them. Jesus. Now Prince of Persia going to the back to the outside. And now he's back up in the apron, and he's back in the ring. And Junior with a flapjack to Gregory Helms. I just feel like Junior and Helms have just been beating the shit out of each other this entire match. But Prince of Persia has just been watching. And Helms and Junior are caught up top into the suplex by Helms. And he nails the suplex to Junior as Gregory Helms there. And now Prince of Persia is going back up. And now Helms just... And Prince of Persia pulls down the title after I thought the ladder got pulled up from underneath him. He wasn't going to be able to get the belt. The Prince of Persia is the junior heavyweight champion once again. Mostly because Dale Jr. and freaking Gregory Helms couldn't stop focusing on each other. And just kept fighting each other instead of going after the guy that was clearly more focused on the belt than he is fighting these two Nimrods. But Prince of Persia is a junior heavyweight champion once again. And Junior and Gregory Helms probably going to still be fighting till whenever we see them again after this. Big win for Prince of Persia, getting his belt back. I'm just curious who's going to challenge him after this. All I know is that I know that Gregory Helms and Dale Jr. probably ain't finished with each other. And Helms looks like he's dead right there. Even though freaking he was standing literally about 2 seconds ago. But the next match is the tag team title match with Loki and Bane take on the Roadhouse Soldiers for the tag titles. And I wish them luck. And I really hope the Roadhouse Soldiers beat those assholes. That's all I have to say about that. This next contest is the tag team championship match where the Roadhouse Soldiers are defending their titles against Loki and Bane of the Unwashed. These two boys won the tag team titles from Rednecks a while back. And they're the reasons why Redneck, Jay, and Zeke can't be a team for an entire year. And why currently Zeke is back home at the farm, and Jay is the only one really wrestling still right now. And, well, honestly, to be completely honest, it kind of benefited Jay because now he's Mr. Money in the Bank and has an opportunity to become world champion, potentially, anytime he wants. In the end, it basically benefited the Redneck, at least one of the Rednecks anyways, the fact that they can't team together for a while. At least the Roadhouse Soldiers have one less headache they have to worry about for at least the next year or so. And they were the longest reigning tag team champions in New Gen ever. They held those belts for nearly 700 days. And here comes the Unwashed, these two pricks. And of course, they're almost copying ATG and Tommy Todd's entrance step for step. These freaking assholes. These two are trying to win the tag team titles after getting help to screw over the Supremacy, or the tag title that they had after the Supremacy had beaten the Roadhouse Soldiers in a match at one point. I just hope that the Roadhouse Soldiers beat these asshats. Last thing I need is the Unwashed having any more belts, that's for sure. Bad enough they already have the King Rose Championship. And these are the two teams that are competing for these tag titles, which is one of the most prestigious tag titles ever. Current champions, Roadhouse Soldiers, and Loki and Bane of the Unwashed, the challengers. And let's get this tag team match underway. And Tom immediately kicked the midsection at Bane. And Bane with a headlock on Tommy. And slams him face first into the ring. Bane with the go behind on Tommy. And Bane with the suplex. And now Colin up top between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. And Bane with a headlock on Tommy. Suplex by Bane to Tommy there. Bane getting flipped over by Tommy there. And Tommy goes over and tags in ATG. The big guy and the muscle of the group. Oh, they're both freaking tough guys, but ATG's like the bigger guy of the Roadhouse Soldiers. Hard to believe both these guys, at least one of these guys was a Marine at one point. That was ATG. I think Tommy was too, but I forget. And Bane sending ATG into the corner. Oh, oops, actually. German suplex ATG there by Bane. And ATG sending Bane into the ropes. Spine busted and Bane there by ATG. Jesus Christ, the strength of ATG. And Bane sending ATG in the ropes. Spine buster again by Bane there to ATG. And Bane sending ATG in the ropes again. And another spine buster. Trying to weaken ATG's back for that. For the submission Bane likes to use. DDT, the torture racket. I had to think about what the name of the submission was. But he calls it breaking the back. A Rise of the Darkness, you get the idea. One of the two. And Bane just German suplexing ATG there again. And Bane sending ATG in the corner. And Bane with another suplex. Just Bane just showing off his strength and just punching the hell out of ATG. Somehow his hat is still on. And now Bane picking up ATG. And a power slam or body slam or two with ATG. Not very many people are able to lift up ATG like that, but since he's so big. And ATG getting flipped over by Bane there. Now Bane just punching the hell out of ATG. Just raining down those hard punches to the face. And ATG moves out of the way out of that. And ATG blocks the punch from Bane. In the headlock. Elbow to the face of Bane there. And Bane getting sent in the corner by ATG. Tags in Tommy. And ATG hurling Tommy at Bane with the crossbody. And Tommy took too much time taunting dumbass, and now Loki's in the ring, and Tommy is distracted by going after Bane. Loki's the legal man, near the midsection of Bane there, and Loki with that weird drop kick to the legs. Uranagi by Loki there, Tommy. Or Uragi, as Skylar Greenberg calls it. And Loki, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. That just sits on the chest of Tommy Todd there, there's Loki. Bane, you're not helping your partner. You're just actively screwing him there. And Tommy with a headlock on Loki. Another headlock on Loki there by Tommy. In the body slam. And Loki blocked a punch from Tommy there. In the armbar, and then Tommy with a knee to midsection of Loki. And the bulldog of Loki there. And Tommy with a go behind on Loki into the headlock again. Elbow to the face. And Tommy with another armbar on Loki. And the backbreaker. Weird seeing a Marvel villain and a DC villain teaming up, ain't it? And Loki with an arm drag to Tommy there. It sits on his chest again. And Tommy shoving Loki off. And Tommy with a headlock on Loki. And Loki with a drop toe hold to Tommy there. Bulldog again by Tommy there to Loki. And now Tommy sending Loki in the corner. Oh god. And now Tommy has Loki up for a powerbomb. That was a Texas strength. And another back body drop there by Tommy. Loki. ATG's hyped about that. And Tommy just punching the shit out of Loki there. And now Tommy with a DDT to Loki, spiking him there. Nearly broke his damn neck. Rake to the eyes of Tommy there by Loki. And the running splash. Crossbody, you get the idea. And Loki dragging Tommy away from the ropes. And then Tommy's back up, he's pissed. Headlock by Loki and sets him against the ropes. And Loki getting dumped to the outside almost. And gets knocked off the apron and into the barricade. Those people who paid for those seats right there when Loki hit the barricade definitely got their money's worth. And now Tommy with a pile driver to Loki on the floor. Shout out to Terry Funk, rest in peace, legend. And now it's just chaos. Bane and ATG going out on the outside, and Loki sending Tommy back in the ring. And now Tommy with a reversal on Loki into the belly to back suplex. And Tommy, oh god, springboard! Which he missed. Good job, moron. That's why you shouldn't be going for springboards, Tommy. You're not a freaking junior heavyweight, man. And Tommy with those punches sends Loki into the corner again, right into the arms of ATG. Knee to the midsection of Loki there by Tommy Loki. Sends him in the corner again. tags in ATG this time. Off the ropes, arm drag, and the double kip up. And ATG just going after Bane, just throwing a haymaker. Going for covers to ATG. 1, 2, and Bane breaks up that pin attempt. And now it's just chaos. Bane and ATG going out, Loki getting sent to the outside by Tom. And now ATG's in the corner while Loki's just taking a powder. And now Loki's back in the ring. ATG's going after Bane for some reason, who's getting beat up by Tommy on the outside. And Loki's getting sent in the corner. And there's Bane, just got whipped in the ring by Tommy. And ATG just setting Loki in the corner in Tree of Woe. And now ATG just grinding his size 16 or whatever boot against Loki's throat there. Oh god, ATG going the top turnbuckle, punching Loki in the face, trying to come off. Axe handle to Loki there. Going for cover is ATG. 1, 2, and Bane breaks it up again. And ATG sending Loki. Nope. Loki just reversed whatever ATG tried to go over there into a belly-to-belly suplex. Loki tags in Bane there. ATG just punches with Bane and a big boot to Bane. He's so sick and tired of Bane's shit, he's probably been waiting for him to get in the ring. And a knee to the face. And Bane just punching ATG off there. People messing with the lights. And there's the Rise of the Darkness accordion rack. And Tommy was able to save his tag team partner there from that submission that Bane was trying to use. ATG just, I think he inadvertently hit his own partner, but he was trying to go after Bane. Now ATG with a headlock on Bane, in the elbow to the face. Shoulder tackle to Bane there by ATG. And for the record, whoever keeps screwing with the lights in the arena when they get dim like that, you knock it the fuck off! Fourth wall break, I know it's my controller doing that, but you can do it. Tommy wants a heart tag. Don't fuck it up, Tommy! And he fucked it up immediately, and the streak continues. And the headlock by Tommy, just a straight punch to the face of Bane there. And Tommy just repeated punches to the face of Bane into the mask. He breaks up in that mask, and Bane's not going to be able to do anything because he's going to feel all the pain that he has going through his body. And that mask and that stuff that goes through it is the only thing keeping that pain back. Bane with a kick midsection to Tommy. And now Bane going for another Rise of the Darkness on Tommy this time. ATG trying to break it up. And he manages to break up that submission attempt on Tommy by Bane. And Bane with an armbar on Tommy. And Tommy reverses it into the shoulder tackle. Oh god, Tommy not again. Springboard by Tommy, and he actually nailed it. Surprisingly. And Loki's in the ring for some reason. Bulldog by Tommy there, the Bane. Now Tommy going for a cover on Bane. 1, 2, and Loki breaks it up. Clothesline by Tommy there to Bane. And Bane with a rake to the eyes of Tommy. Bane with a headlock on Tommy. Into the suplex. Now Bane dragging Tommy from the ropes. Going for cover is Bane. 1. Only 1 count there as Tommy kicked out. Bane just with repeated punches, and Tommy blocks that one. Into the headlock. Into the armbar. Into his own suplex. Bane there. Oh god, Tommy not again. Springboard! Which he actually nailed. He's 2 for 3. And Tommy just with more punches to the face of Bane. He's really determined, trying to either bust Bane open or trying to break open that mask. Punch the Bane there. And now Tommy, gut wrench, and slams him down. And now Tommy dragging Bane away from the ropes. And now Tommy off the ropes, and that stone cold elbow drop that he likes to use because he's from Texas. Elbow covers Tommy. 1, 2, and Tommy gets the win off the elbow drop because Loki took a sweet ass fucking time. And the Roundhouse Soldiers continue to be tag team champions because Loki royally fucked up there. I mean, Darkseid and the rest of the Unwashed are going to be livid with Loki after that. The Roundhouse Soldiers get to retain the tag team titles off that elbow drop by Tommy. You know he's making his hero Stone Cold proud, that's true. And Stone Cold's challenging for the US title at New Beginnings because he won that 4th of July ladder match. But the Roadhouse Soldiers continue to be tag team champions with another successful retention of their belts. I expect them to hold these belts for just as long, if longer than when they were New Gen Tag Team Champions, and I wish the rest of the roster would luck trying to beat these guys, because they are tough and they're good. They're really fucking good. And the next match is the King of Wolves Championship match. As Darkseid wins, he'll be able to turn it in for a world title opportunity anytime he wants, kind of like Jay in the Money in the Bank, against Virgil King. And if Virgil loses, then he's going to be permanently stuck on Rumble, which I think at this point he'd probably be happy with. Either way. Hopefully Virgil can beat Darkseid. Hopefully. And this next match is the King of Wolves Championship match where Darkseid defends against Virgil King. And if Virgil loses, he'll be stuck in LWW Rumble for however long he decides to stick around the company. And if Darkseid wins, he'll be able to turn in the King of Wolves title for an opportunity to the World Championship anytime he feels like. And if Darkseid loses, then he'll lose the championship to Virgil. And I forgot to change Darkseid's entrance again. God damn it. Darkseid is looking to use the King of Wolves title to be able to get an opportunity at the World Championship. The last thing I need is the Unwashed having that championship and around any of their waists again. Looking at you, Johnny Cage. And if Darkseid ever becomes World Champion, then we're all gonna be screwed. The dude's one of the toughest sons of bitches there is in the roster. And he hasn't lost a match, I believe. Except maybe like once. But I'm not sure. All I know is that Darkseid is somebody I do not want to see with World Championship, but I also kind of don't want to see Virgil being kicked off the main roster, stuck on Rumble, even though that's probably what he wants. He probably doesn't really care this championship. He just wants to get payback against Darkseid for him and his goons taking him out a couple of years ago at the end of the first final hunt, when he got jumped by a couple of the members of the Unwashed before he even knew Darkseid was the leader. And here comes the former GM of this company, the oldest brother of Xavier, Zarina, and Xander, and uncle of Damien, and somebody who is a real first-class, miserable jerk sometimes. Unless you can get him in a good mood, which is very rare. The dude's always moody. He's always mad about something. Mostly towards his siblings. Except for Zarina. Him and Zarina seem to get along pretty well. But when it comes to his brothers and his nephew, not so much. Don't ask me why. Virgil just is perpetually always angry about something and is always just a miserable asshole. And even when anybody asks him what his issue is, or why he's always so mad and grumpy, he just freaking looks at you and just leaves every single time. Trust me, I've asked him twice. And a couple of other people have asked him what his problem is with his brothers. And as we saw earlier in the show, him and Xavier still don't get along, even after they had their whole thing a while back. And him and Xavier basically do not seem to end things on good terms if this ends up being the last time we see Virgil on the main roster. Hell, Virgil even called Xavier a child still. I will never understand what Virgil's issue is with Xavier and Xander. Xander I can see, because Xander's just a nimrod, an arrogant jerk sometimes too, but at least he is aware of that, and he's been trying to do better, except when it comes to the shit that happened between him and Damien. When it comes to Xavier and Virgil, I'll never understand why the two of them still have issues with each other, even after they had that Iron Man match a couple of years ago. But who the hell knows? And this is the biggest match in Virgil's career in wrestling since he first showed up in this company. And I can only imagine what Virgil has going on in his head right now, because he's finally potentially going to get revenge against the Unwashed and their leader for what happened a couple of years ago at the end of the first Final Hunt. and potentially win his first ever singles championship. I don't think he cares more about vengeance than the championship. Well, Darkseid has a hell of a lot of things riding on this. World title opportunity, and his reputation as a leader of the Unwashed. So this is a big match. More so for Darkseid than it is Virgil. Because whether he wins or loses, Virgil's getting something out of it in the end. Well, Darkseid has like I said, has a lot of things he could lose. And there's the King of Wolves Championship these two are fighting for. And let's get this King of Wolves Championship match underway between these two. Hopefully they don't destroy the ring. Darkseid sending Virgil into the corner. Close onto the back of the head of Virgil. Now Darkseid just punching the shit out of Virgil repeatedly. And now Darkseid picking up Virgil into the armbar. Drop toe hold. Doing some wrestling moves. There's Darkseid. And the Darkseid picking up Virgil. Go behind by Darkseid. Into the suplex. And the Darkseid picking up Virgil. And Virgil blocks that punch from Darkseid into the headlock. And Virgil, the strength of Virgil there with the suplex. The Darkseid, which he nails. And then Virgil will go behind on Darkseid into the Russian leg sweep. Virgil just stomp and a shot to the back of Darkseid there. Into another suplex. Darkseid usually is able to destroy most of his opponents, but in Virgil's case he's a lot tougher than half the people Darkseid's faced. And Darkseid with a suplex of his own to Virgil, which he knows. And now Darkseid with a headlock on Virgil reverses into a Russian leg sweep again. Crazy to think that Damian's going to be in the main event of this show, facing Jesus at the World Championship. And Darkseid flipping over Virgil there. I'm looking forward to that match. Biggest match in Damian's career, and headlock by Darkseid here. An elbow to the face of Darkseid by Virgil. Leg drop as well by Virgil to Darkseid. You think Virgil, being Damian's uncle, will be excited for him and proud of him for getting the opportunity, but Virgil just does not give a damn, from what I've been told. Now Darkseid is punching Virgil in the face some more. And the Darkseid stomps on Virgil in the headlock, and Virgil with a drop toe hold of Darkseid. Now Virgil picking up Darkseid, and Darkseid sending Virgil into just a clubbing shot to the back of Virgil there by Darkseid. Now Darkseid with an armbar on Virgil, and Virgil reverses it into a shoulder tackle. And Virgil go behind on Darkseid again, turns him around, sends him into the corner, kick the Darkseid in the corner there. Now Virgil just grinding his knee against Darkseid's face. Now Virgil go behind into the suplex on Darkseid, almost dumping him on his head. And now Virgil with another leg drop at Darkseid here. And now Darkseid raking the eyes of Virgil. Back body drop at Darkseid there by Virgil. And the leg drop by Virgil there. Stomping away at him. And a shot to the back of Darkseid again by Virgil. And Virgil with another Russian leg sweep. That's what Virgil has to do. He has to stay on top of Darkseid and not let him get any offense in, or let him do that. An elbow to the face of Virgil there by Darkseid. Bear punches. Another one by Darkseid knocking down Virgil. And Darkseid was a torture rack into the backbreaker, into the gut buster. Darkseid does love torturing his victims, that's for sure. He misses that. And Darkseid with punches Virgil in the headlock. Elbow to the face of Virgil there by Darkseid. And Virgil blocks that punch. And Virgil rakes the eyes. And the huge spin kick there by Virgil takes down Darkseid. 1, 2, and Darkseid kicks out. That's how Virgil usually puts his opponents away. And the gutbuster of Darkseid there by Virgil. Just stomping away at Darkseid some more. It's Virgil. Taking the section of Darkseid there as well by Virgil. And one by Darkseid. And another one by Virgil. These two just trading kicks enough. Darkseid with punches to Virgil. Oh god, and Darkseid with the repeated German suplexes. That he's basically taking the whole Suplex City thing and then basically renamed it to Apocalypse, I don't know, City. I don't know. All I know is that that's Darkseid's version of Suplex City. And now Virgil's making his comeback with the running splash. And the Snake Eyes. Off the ropes. Big boot by Virgil there to Darkseid. And the leg drop. Now Virgil picking up Darkseid again. And Virgil with his sister Abigail. Now Virgil gonna recover on Darkseid. 2, and Darkseid kicks out again. And Virgil raked the eyes, and a big kick to Darkseid's face there. And Virgil go for cover. 1, 2, and Darkseid kicks out again somehow. Oh god, now Darkseid has Virgil with the Apocalypse Choke Bomb. Go for covers Darkseid. 1, 2, and Virgil kicks out somehow. And Darkseid just punches on that one, knocking Virgil down. Darkseid, not the time to be taunting, if you are a big freaking dick. Virgil with an elbow to face of Darkseid there. And Virgil with the DDT. Glover covers Virgil. 1, 2, and Darkseid kicks out again. Uppercut by Virgil there. Just repeated punches by Virgil at Darkseid. And Darkseid blocks that one. Into the headlock. Clothesline knocks him down. Misses the clothesline to Virgil. Off the ropes. Back body drop by Darkseid to Virgil. Spine buster by Darkseid to Virgil. Now Darkseid picking up Virgil. And Virgil blocking away. Darkseid tried to go for there. Jumping clothesline by Virgil. And then Virgil and just beating the crap out of Darkseid. Sending Darkseid in the corner is Virgil. And Darkseid just went out of the way and Virgil took out the ref. There's Sephiroth! What the fuck, Sephiroth? I thought you were supposed to be a good guy. Like, we saw him earlier in the night with the Hardcore title Battle Royal, and apparently he's aligned with Darkseid. 1, 2, and Darkseid just pinned Virgil and retained the King of Bulls Championship. That's fucking fantastic. Sephiroth, you two-faced bastard! What the fuck, man? And this is the Women's Championship match, where Cammy defends her championship against her longtime friend Sonya, but now I don't even think the two of them consider each other friends anymore after what Sonya did recently. It's Cammy. No showing up until right after Cammy had already won the match, when they were supposed to have a tag team match against Gamora and She-Hulk, and then attacking Cammy after the match, and then just beating the crap out of her, and then things were said between the two of them, and now the two of them are facing each other for this championship. That Sonya feels that she deserves help more than Cammy, and that she feels like she helped Cammy win. That Cammy feels completely the opposite. And if Sonya doesn't win this match, then she can't challenge for the title for a whole year, and she has to stay as Cammy's partner. Sonya's been nothing but a first-class itch towards everybody in the roster for a while now. And it doesn't surprise me, since I remember when she said that after Cammy first won the title, things were supposed to be. And I guess Cammy wasn't paying attention and didn't hear what she said somehow. And now we have this match happening because of that. These two former friends, now rivals, facing each other for the championship. And this co-main event of this big night of the Final Hunt 3. And after everything that's been going on in the company and everything, who the hell knows what's going to happen? All I know is that the landscape of the women's division is definitely going to be different after this night. We have new women's tag champions, or a new women's internet champion, and we might potentially have a new women's world champion after this night, which would be crazy if all the women's titles change hands on this pay-per-view. That would be nuts. And there's the two women competing for that championship. And let's get this women's championship match underway between these two women. I can't have a time for the two to start off. Shawn McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. And Sonya will go behind on Cammy, slams her down. Now Sonya putting the boot and a punch straight to the face of Cammy. There, knocking her down. Now Sonya with punches to Cammy, and Cammy blocks out one, responds with one of her own. Go behind by Cammy on Sonya. Into the suplex. Now Cammy with a kick to Sonya, knocking her in the ropes. Sends her into the corner. And Cammy with a clothesline taking down Sonya. And now Sonya with an armbar on Cammy. And Sonya with the suplex to Cammy. Now just stomping away at her. And now Sonya with a go behind on Cammy. Into another suplex. Now Sonya just stomping at Cammy, getting into the headlock. And Sonya with another suplex to Cammy. And now Sonya with a go behind on her former friend. Into the German suplex. And now Sonya off ropes. And now another collar elbow tie between the two. Sean's going to be loving this. In the go behind by Cammy on Sonya. Into the headlock. Elbow to the face. And Sonya sending Cammy into the ropes. DDT by Cammy to Sonya there. And Cammy is punching Sonya with one of her own. And Sonya sending Cammy into the ropes again. And a German suplex by Sonya to Cammy there. And Sonya with an armbar to Cammy again. And Sonya sending Cammy into the corner. And Sonya with a clothesline to Cammy there, taking her down. And now Sonya with a headlock on Cammy. And another German... Oh, I thought she was going for a German suplex, but nope, she just slams her down to Sonya. And Cammy blocks that punch from Sonya, responds one of her own. An armbar by Cammy on Sonya. Shot to the arm of Sonya there by Cammy. And Cammy tried to go for a punch, but Sonya blocks it into a headlock. And Cammy slips out of that. An elbow drop to the back of Sonya there. And now Cammy picking Sonya back up. Punch, knocking her down there. And Sonya with a kick and a punch to Cammy there, knocking her down again. And now Sonya with an armbar on Cammy. And Sonya with a takedown. There's that military training coming into play there. And Sonya, they go behind on Cammy. And Cammy reverses into an arm drag. Sonya with a headlock on Cammy. And Sonya just flips her up and over again there. And Sonya picking up Cammy. Cammy blocks a punch there. In the headlock. Face buster. There. And Sonya with punches to Cammy. Into the armbar. And Cammy gets out of it. Into another arm drag. And Sonya and another German suplex to Cammy. These two know each other very well, and they're both military. And Sonya does another punch to Cammy in the go behind. And Sonya with another German suplex to Cammy there. And now Sonya picking up Cammy, who nails her with a chin breaker in the headlock by Cammy. And Cammy just punches her down. And now Cammy picking Sonya back up. Punch the face to Sonya there. And Sonya just dumps her former friend out to the outside of the arena. Well, the ring, but you get the idea. And now Cammy is running on the ring, and Sonya was outside. Now she's back in the ring, and Sonya punches there, but Cammy blocks out. One in the go behind, into the headlock, elbow to the face again, and Cammy with a headlock on Sonya, and Cammy just punches her down. And now Cammy picking up Sonya, who rakes her eyes there, and a clothesline taking her down. And now Cammy's back up, and Sonya misses the clothesline, and now calling elbow tie between the two of them again. Cammy with the headlock on Sonya, and Cammy just punching her down again. And now just slamming her head against the ring repeatedly. Now Cammy with a go behind on Sonya, and Sonya with an elbow and a chin breaker to Cammy. And now Sonya just punching the frig out of Cammy in the face. Now Sonya just repeated punches to Cammy there, and Cammy blocks that one. Into the headlock. Elbow to the back of the head. And Cammy knocking down Sonya there. In the elbow drop. And Cammy just repeated punches to Sonya, knocking her down with that punch. Then the headlock by Cammy on Sonya. And Sonya with a shot to the arm of Cammy there. And Sonya with a headlock and a clothesline, knocking her down. And Sonya with another German suplex to Cammy. And now Sonya going for an armbar on Cammy, trying to make her submit. And now Sonya picking Cammy back up. And now Sonya with a body slam or whatever the heck that was, Cammy there, and she just kicks her off there when she tries to go for something else. And another German suplex to Cammy. Every time she tries to go for something, Sonya always reverses into a German suplex, and they ran into each other there. And Sonya with an armbar on Cammy, and Cammy sending Sonya in the corner. And now it's Cammy with another clothesline taking down Sonya. Elbow drop there by Cammy. And another one, Sonya. And Sonya just punches her off when she tries to pick her up. And another German suplex. I think nobody's doing a drinking game because freaking they're probably half drunk by now with how many German suplex Sonya keeps hitting. And Sonya just tossing Cammy across the ring here. And Sonya going for cover on Cammy. One. Only one count there. That was the first cover of the match. And now Sonya trying to go for that armbar submission she's won with in the past. Trying to make her own friend tap out with it. And Cammy manages to hold on. Now Sonya with a headlock on Cammy into another armbar, trying to work some more over Cammy's arm. And Cammy shoves her off. Kicked the midsection of Sonya there by Cammy and the headlock, and Sonya trips her up. And Sonya with a kick to the leg of Cammy there. And Cammy with a kip up. Clothesline knocks her down, barely. And Cammy with a headlock. Clothesline knocks her down again. And another one. Heel kick by Cammy there takes down Sonya. Now Cammy picking Sonya back up. And Cammy with a suplex there to Sonya. Snap suplex. And now Cammy going to the top turnbuckle. Punching Sonya there, dazed her. Drop kick from the top turnbuckle by Cammy there. Missile drop kick there. And Cammy taking Sonya to Suplex City. And the third German suplex of Sonya there. Cammy's like, you want to constantly keep hitting me with German suplexes? Well, here comes 3 rapid German suplexes, bitch. Now go for cover. 1, 2, and Sonya kicks out. Kicked the midsection of Sonya there by Cammy. And Cammy with the Olympic slam of Sonya there. Going for covers, Cammy. 1, 2, and Sonya kicks out somehow. And Sonya sending Cammy to the outside. And Sonya suplexing Cammy back into the ring. And now Sonya going for a submission on Cammy again. Trying to make the champion tap out here. If she does so, then Sonya will win the championship by submission. That's the last thing Cammy needs, is lose to a submission. And Sonya with a headlock. Belly to back suplex. And now Sonya going for another submission, trying to make Cammy submit. Come on, Cammy, you can get out of this. Do not submit to this freaking jerk off Sonya. And now Sonya with an armbar on Cammy again. And Sonya with a shot to the arm of Cammy there. In the headlock again. Whatever the hell that was. Swinging wildly with that punch. Now Sonya with a springboard, which she nailed. Oh god, now Sonya going to the outside again. Another springboard, which she nailed. Now Sonya with a go behind into the headlock. Into the armbar again. Trying to soften up that arm again of Cammy. And another shot to the back of Cammy there. By Sonya. And now picking it back up. And another German suplex by Sonya to Cammy there. And Cammy just breaks out of what Sonya tried to go over there and nails her with a DDT. Now Cammy with the repeated elbows to the shoulders of Sonya. And now Cammy going for a camel clutch on Sonya, and her feet was too close to the hips. And Cammy with punches and a clothesline knocking down Sonya, and now just slamming her head against the ring repeatedly again. And now Sonya sending Cammy into the corner. Misses the clothesline in the back there by the Sonya. Cammy whiffs that kick of a dodging Sonya's clothesline into the armbar. And Cammy with a shot to the arm of Sonya there. And Sonya blocks that punch and nails her with a clothesline. And now Sonya going to the outside. Springboard crossbody, which she nailed somehow. And now Sonya dragging Cammy away from the ropes. And now Sonya going for cover. 1, 2, and Sonya gets the pin off that crossbody to Cammy. Sonya is now a 2-time women's champion. Cammy fought her ass off in this match, and she tried everything that she could to beat her freaking fan. But Sonya was just too tough for Cammy in this case. You know, Sonya is the women's champion a second time. She was the last Queen of LWW, Queen of Wolves champion, which was the original main roster champion. And then when we combined the Queen of New Gen and Queen of Wolves championship together into Undisputed Women's Championship. Well, you get the idea. Sonya was the last one of the original championship lineage, but now she's a champion again. She's a 2-time champion. That's just freaking fantastic. And I'm being told there's some chaos happening in the backstage area. Somebody get a camera on that shit. You're supposed to have a little title match after this for the men's division. What the hell? Jack 6 is back in the arena after being sent to the hospital at the beginning of the show, and he's going at it with Darkseid right now. Apparently, I guess Jack 6 must think Darkseid was the one that took him out earlier in the show. Oh, so it was somebody in the Unwashed, but Jack 6 is freaking back in the arena, and apparently he must not really care about the world title match he was supposed to be in, but he's just going at it with Darkseid. Currently right now, Darkseid's kicking his ass, but still, we're supposed to be having the world title match up next. But these two freaking beasts are just going at it, and Darkseid just wailing away at Jack 6 some more, and Jack 6 deflected whenever he tried to go for that. Another kick to the midsection. And Darkseid, another German suplex there to Jack 6. I don't think Jack 6 is obviously cleared for wrestling, but I guess he doesn't care about that right now, because he's just going at it with Darkseid right now. And apparently this other brawl's breaking out in the arena. We need to get a camera on that freaking stat. Like, somebody needs to get some security back here to separate Jack 6 and Darkseid before they destroy the place. Jesus Christ. And now we just got a camera on this part of the arena, and it seems like Boo and Bojack are going at it with Bane and Loki. Which is kind of deserved, because Loki and Bane screwed over freaking Boo and Bojack out of the tag team titles. And Boo and Bojack could probably just have that Bane and Loki didn't win earlier in the night. And now they're getting some payback against the Unwashed here. And it's just freaking anarchy and chaos backstage in the arena between these two groups. The Supremacy and the Unwashed. They've had a history in the past where they fought each other before. But now, they're just going at it in the backstage area and just beating the hell out of each other. And now apparently I'm being told there's another fight breaking out somewhere else in the arena. Bojack is getting sent flying into that box. Like, we're going to need a lot of security to break up these two groups, because there's bunch of people in both these groups, and it's just crazy. It's a Christ almighty. And now we got this brawl breaking out with Marcus Phoenix and Zangief going at it with Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. It is just a brawl all across the arena between the Unwashed and the Supremacy, probably having to do with the fact that the Unwashed potentially was the reason why Jack 6 got taken out at the beginning of the show, even though we don't know yet, because we still haven't seen the security footage yet of what happened earlier. But these two groups are just going at it all over the arena, and if you look around that corner somewhere, I think Boo and Bojack are still fighting in the hallway with Loki and Bane. But this brawl between these two factions is just going complete out of craziness right now. And it's just crazy, all this insanity that's going on right now. We're supposed to be having the world title match up next here. We need to seriously get the security back in and break these two factions up. From the fights that these guys are having together, because this is just freaking insanity, man. It's crazy. And I'm being told that Jack 6 and Darkseid were separated and are taken out of, But now apparently there's a fight going on where they were fighting before. Now we have to get the camera back on that freaking fight. And now we got this fight breaking out in the backstage area somewhere. Spider-Man and Captain Pollution apparently are still alive with the Supremacy even after all these years and all the crap that they've been through. They're brawling with John Cena and Cookie Monster back here. I thought Captain Pollution wasn't even a part of the Supremacy, but I guess since the rest of the Supremacy is already brawling with the rest of the Unwashed, I guess they have to jump in at some point. And apparently so did Spider-Man, because he apparently thought he needed to jump in since he's still, I guess, friends with Supremacy members. And it's just anarchy and craziness, and John Cena and Cookie Monster just beating the shit out of Captain Pollution and Spider-Man here. And it's just insanity what's going on in this arena. And Cookie Monster just keeps hurling Pollution in that box. But we see the world title match is literally about to start, and we need to get back to the ringside area. Somebody please get some security around back here, so we can break these two factions before they kill each other and end up destroying my arena. Please. And after that crazy insanity freaking mess it was, that whole huge brawl that happened in the backstage area between the Supremacy and the Unwashed, we are finally at the main event of Final Hunt 3, where Jesus is taking on Damien King for the World Championship, which is supposed to also involve Jack 6, but, clearly that's not happening. And here comes the current World Heavyweight Champion, motherfucking Jesus. He's been champion for over 100 days at this point, after he defeated Jack Six back at Heartbreak with that championship, which is hard to believe. And then he retained that title in a triple threat match between Jesus, Jack Six, and Marcus Creed, which is also insane. He managed to pull that off. But Jesus has been one of the more popular world champions, and he's been one of the fan favorites world heavyweight champion since he won this championship. He was always a fan favorite, but especially when he was internet champion and King of Worlds champion, he just exploded in popularity since he became world champion. It's hard to believe that this is the first time he's ever held a world championship his entire wrestling career. He was a former hardcore and atomweight champion back in the Mag Nation, but that's all he really did, besides having a pretty good record when it came to being good in multi-person matches. And like I said, he's a former internet and King of Worlds champion in this company, and he's currently the world heavyweight champion in this company. And he's looking to try and retain his championship against Damian King, which I wish him luck. Especially since Jesus was the one who chose Damian to be his opponent in this match. I know for a fact that Damian is determined to win this championship, become a world champion just like his dad and uncle. And here comes Damian King, the dude who's future of the King family, and Damian going old school, going back to what he first wore when he first showed up here. He's brought back the freaking Spectre attire. I haven't seen Damian wearing this attire in a minute. The fact that he's actually wearing this attire for the first time in forever tells you just how determined he is to win this match, because he's going back to his old gimmick. And he came into this company as... Listen to that crowd freaking exploding for the return of the Spectre attire. Just crazy. I did not expect Damian to bring this attire back. And Damian, like I said, he's determined to win that world championship from Jesus and join his dad and his uncle and his aunt, in Zena's case, as being a world champion in this company. Zena was a former women's champion, by the way, in case anybody forgot. I don't know who to root for in this match. I like both these people. And honestly, either one of these guys winning would be epic. All I know is that this match is going to be awesome. That's for sure. I just hope both these guys are looking over their shoulders to keep an eye out for Redneck Jay and Darkseid after that bullshit that just happened earlier in the show. Like, just in the match before the women's match. But it's a video. Hopefully these guys are paying attention. Because I don't want to see freaking Darkseid turning in that King World Championship on either of these guys. And Redneck Jay, who the hell knows? I don't even know if he's even still in the building. I haven't seen Jay in the last couple of days. And this match, like I said, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be epic. And after everything that's been going on in this pay-per-view the past few days, yeah. If this match is anything like all the other matches that's happened on this pay-per-view, I'll be surprised. And this could be the last time Jesus holds that world championship. And this could be as close as Damian gets to seeing that championship. And there's the world title of this company, the World Heavyweight Championship. And let's get this LWW World Heavyweight Championship match underway between these two. This main event of this pay-per-view. And Damian with the armbar, but Jesus reverses it into a shoulder tackle. And Damian sending Jesus into the ropes. And Jesus with a DDT to Damian there. Now Jesus with an armbar on Damian. Dragon screw there by Jesus to Damian. Now Jesus with a headlock on Damian. Elbow to the face of Damian there by Jesus. And the chop to chest. And just repeated punches. And Damian gets dazed by that one. And knocked down by Jesus there. And Damian flipping over Jesus there. And Jesus trips him up. And Damian blocks a kick from Jesus there. And a dragon screw of his own. And Damian stomped to the chest and the clothesline there to Jesus. And Damian with a go behind on Jesus. Jesus flips him over. And Damian would kick the midsection of Jesus there and try to get for another kick, but Jesus blocks and nails him with another dragon screw. Now Jesus with a chop and more punches to Damian. And that one dazing Damian and knocking him down again. Now Damian blocks that punch for Jesus there and responds with one of his own. And a pair of kicks. There's another kick that knocks Jesus in the corner. And now Damian with a DDT off the middle turnbuckle. Now Damian with an armbar on Jesus. And Jesus sending him in the corner. And Jesus with a clothesline knocking down Damien. And Damien dodges Jesus' clothesline there, and knees to the chest of Jesus there by Damien. And now Damien with a headlock on Jesus. And Jesus getting set in the corner by Damien there. Misses the drop kick this Damien there. Jesus moves out of the way. And the DDT again by Jesus. And now Jesus with a headlock on Damien. Elbow to the face. And the Russian leg sweep by Damien there by Jesus. And Jesus with a chop and pair of punches to Damien there. And sends him to the outside with that punch. This is Jesus. And now Jesus just punches Damien in. Damien blacks out when he responds one of his own in the armbar. And Damien getting sent into the barricade there in the corner. And now Jesus just punching Damien in the face repeatedly in the corner of the barricade there. Now Jesus picking Damien back up. Damien tried to go for a kick there, and he just nails him with a front flip kick. What the frig, Damien? I've never seen him do that. And arm drag by Damien there to Jesus. Kicked in the midsection of Jesus there by Damien. And won by Jesus. And they ran right into each other there. Now they're both running back in the ring as the ref was up to a count of 5. Damien with a springboard kick there to Jesus. And Damien with the leg snap to Jesus there. Trying to take out his vertical base. And now Damien just a kick to the head of Jesus there. And Jesus blocks that punch for Damien in the go behind. Shot to the back of Damien there by Jesus. Sends him in the corner. Clothesline knocking him down. And Jesus with an elbow drop to the chest of Damien. Jesus is determined to hold on to this championship, especially since he doesn't want to lose to the guy he literally chose to have this match with. And elbow to the top of the head of Damien there by Jesus. And Damien just punching him off. And Damien wants to make Jesus regret picking him for this match. And Damien with punches and kicks, and another kick sending Jesus back to the outside. Now Damien's going after Jesus. Sends him back in the ring. And now Damien with an elbow to the head of Jesus there. Now Damien with the leg drop to Jesus on the apron. And now Jesus is back up. And Damien's just wandering around the ring. And now Jesus is on the outside. And the knees to the chest of Jesus there by Damien. And the knees again to Jesus there by Damien. And they ran into each other again there. Kicked by Damien there. Repeated kicks and the Hurricane Rana by Damien there to Jesus. And Damien with a reverse DDT tilt-a-whirl there. And now Damien's back in the ring. Now Damien telling Jesus to get back up. And now Jesus is back in the ring after a count of 6 by the ref. And Damien dodges that punch there and kicked the midsection of Jesus into the headlock. Knees in the face of Jesus there. And Jesus catching Damien with a freaking Samoan drop. After Damien tried to go for the running knee like Kenny Omega does. And Jesus just slamming Damien's face against the ring after punching his head there. And Jesus with another punch in the face of Damien and the armbar. And Jesus with a clothesline turning Damien inside out. Jesus. And Jesus with a stomp to the chest of Damien there. And Damien blocks that punch from Jesus and responds with runs on and more kicks by Damien. And Jesus blocks that one. In the dragon screw again. And Jesus with an elbow drop to the chest of Damien. And now Jesus with a neck breaker to Damien there. And now Jesus going for the Heaven's Elbow. He's won matches with this move in the past. Went for the most holy move in all of Lone Wolf Wrestling. The Heaven's Elbow by Jesus there to Damien. Going for coverage, Jesus. One. Only a 1 count. What the fuck, Damien? And now Jesus with the Heaven's Bottom to Damien there. Going for coverage, Jesus again. 1, 2, and Damien kicks out at 2. And Damien blocks that punch there. Into the go behind. In the headlock. Elbow to the face of Jesus there by Damien. In the headlock again. Look at somebody messing with the lights. Drop kick by Damien, knocking Jesus in the ropes. Kick by Damien there. And Damien gets sent to the outside. And gets knocked off the apron by Jesus there in the barricade after that shoulder shot tackle in the midsection. And Jesus sending Damien back in the ring. And now Damien's back up. And Jesus has to steal steps for reasons. I was going to say, Jesus, you might want to put those down. Damien just kicks to Jesus there. And the jumping kick there by Damien. Now Damien sending Jesus in the steel steps. Sort of. Now Damien getting sent into the ring by Jesus there. And Jesus with an elbow to the head of Damien there. And now Jesus is back in the ring. Collar elbow tie up between the two again. Sean's going to be loving this. Headlock by Jesus into another headlock. And Jesus sending Damien into the ropes. Samoan drop there by Jesus to Damien. And then Jesus just punching the back of the head of Damien there. And just punching Damien again in the head again. Just slamming him face in the ring again. And Damien shoves him off. And they both just punch each other. And Damien with an armbar on Jesus. And Damien setting Jesus against the ropes. Sends him to the outside. Oh God, now Damien with an apron DDT to Jesus. Damien now is not to be taunting. And Damien just wandering around the ring. And Jesus going after Damien and nails him with a DDT on the floor. Now Jesus picking Damien back up. And another DDT on the floor by Jesus to Damien. And Damien trips him up. And now Damien running back into the ring. Damien still not the time to be taunting. And go behind by Damien on Jesus. Into the electric chair, into the Hurricane Rana to Jesus there by Damien. And the running clothesline there by Damien there to Jesus. And Jesus just shoves him off. And they ran into each other again. And Jesus with another DDT to Damien. And Jesus rolling Damien over, trying to go for a camel clutch on Damien. Trying to make him humble. Trying to make him tap. But Damien's crawling his way to the ropes, and he manages to get to the ropes. And Damien with the knees to the chest of Jesus again. And Jesus with a punch in the midsection of Damien there. Go behind on Damien by Jesus, but Damien reverses it into the belly to back suplex. Clothesline by Jesus, knocking down Damien. And now Jesus springboard, which Damien sidestepped out of the way there. And Jesus shoves him off again. Samoan drop by Jesus again to Damien. And Damien breaks out of whatever, tried to go for there. Knee to the face of Jesus by Damien there. And Damien, headlock by Jesus, sends him in the corner. Watch out, ref, by the way. Damien, you might want to do something here. And Jesus trying to go at Damien, but Damien reverses it into an arm drag. Sends him in the corner again. Now turns him on in the corner. And now Jesus sending Damien in the corner. Backflip Damien off the ropes. Misses the clothesline. Clothesline by Damien there to Jesus. And now Anaconda Vice by Damien on Jesus. Is Jesus going to tap out to this submission move that the Kings have used in the past? Is Damien going to become the world champion off that? No, he's not. Damien missing the drop kick there. And Damien going for the Spectre Driver. And he nails it. Cover him, Damien, Jesus. Damien going for a cover. 1, 2. Damien's the world champion. Damien King has won the world championship of Lone Wolf Wrestling off the Spectre Driver. Holy freaking crap. And now we have a third member, fourth actually, but the third male member of the King family is the world champion. Holy freaking shit. Damien is a world champion for the first time in his career. And I'm sure Xavier and Zuna are probably celebrating in the back. Xander's probably pissed, but he's probably happy about this. And Virgil's probably already fucked off to his hotel room. But Damien King is the new world champion Lone Wolf Wrestling. Holy freaking crap. The future of this company is in this kid's hands. I'm telling you, man. This kid is the future. And now Damien's asking for a microphone when he's still supporting the title. Which he deserves to be able to do that. Holy freaking crap. Damien now has a microphone celebrating the fact that he's now the new World Heavyweight Champion after defeating Jesus in this freaking crazy match. Oh God, it's Jay! Redneck Jay's out here! And he's cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase, it seems. Holy freaking crap. Damian, I cannot, this sucks for you, Damian, but Jay looks like he's cashing in his opportunity. We got another world title match in this pay-per-view. Holy freaking crap. Did not expect this to happen, man. And Damian is clearly furious. I can't believe Jay's cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase here after Damian just had that epic match with Jesus, and Damian is doing everything he can to hold on his title. Headlock takeover there on Jay by Damian there. Arm drag by Damian to Jay there. And Damian blocks a kick there. And Jay, oh god, he's going for the pile driver. Nope, he's going for a powerbomb. Never mind, I thought he was going for a pile driver. And Jay dragging Damian from the ropes off that powerbomb. Going for covers Jay. 1, 2, and Damian kicks out. Kick to Jay, and a pair of punches by Jay. Then another kick to midsection of Damian. And a DDT by Redneck Jay there to Damian. And now Jay going for a camel clutch on Damian. After everything Damian just went through in those matches, I don't know if he can handle this move again. He already escaped it once when Jesus tried to use it on him. But I don't know if he's going to get out of it again. Jay just lets him out of it for some reason. And Jay picking Damian back up. Clothesline from hell by Jay to Damian. And Jay dragging Damian from the ropes. Go for cover. 1, 2. And Jay's the new world champion. We literally just crowned a second new world champion the same night. Redneck Jay is the new world champion of Lone Wolf Wrestling. And he just spoiled Damian King's night. This was the biggest night of Damian's career. And Jay just came in and ruined everything on Damian there. From a tag team champion to a world champion in only a couple of years. Redneck Jay is our new world champion. Holy freaking crap. And I wish the rest of the roster luck. And it sucks with Damian, but Damian's going to have to come back from this eventually. And you know he's going to want his rematch. But if you like this video, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Redneck Jay's our new world champion. And thankfully, and now we have this whole thing between the Supremacy and the Unwashed happening. Freaking fantastic. This year's going to be nuts.